Welcome back, everybody. It is a fall evening here in 2021. I am finally getting a chance to do a greenhouse tour. This is a Clima Spirit greenhouse, 7 by 12. It's got 4 roof vents. I've had it for 2 seasons and it's done great for me. It is up on my deck, so it gets nice and hot up here, which is part of the reason I grow cacti and succulents in it. Alright, so let's start the tour. Here on the outside we've got a Quasimodo, Agave, and an Aeonium. Please excuse all the water, it's been raining most of the day, raining and foggy. It turned out to be a nice evening. Here we have some Ripsalis, curly locks. I started one of those from seed and now have taken cuttings from the mother plant and started a couple more of them. We've got some Opuntias on the ground, some pads that fell off on the deck. I've been having problems with squirrels, so I'm assuming they knocked them off. Here's some plants outside the greenhouse that had bugs, so they're out here in the elements and getting away from all the other plants. Okay, so here we are in the greenhouse. Like I said, it's a Clima. It's been a great greenhouse for me. Here we have my 40% shade cloth. This is the first year I've used this shade cloth. Before I had burlap, which must have been a little shadier because this year some of my plants burned a little. I had to custom cut some holes in the shade cloth in order to open my vents because I don't have the automatic vent openers, but I was afraid that those could malfunction and not open for me, so I just remembered to do it by hand. Alright, into the greenhouse we go. We'll start in the corner here. Here we have a couple of my favorites. We've got a Emerald Elf maple tree, some Obregonias, a pair of them in the front, and Luckenbergia next to it. A couple other succulents. The one in the very back with the spiny looking leaves is a pickle plant. I just got that this year, and it gets really nice daisy-like little flowers. That's a nice little succulent. Coming up here to the top shelf. In the front here we have some Astrophytum turtle hybrid. Behind them a few Capricornae Astrophytum, and then in the front here these wider, heavily flecked Astrophytum onzuka. Very pretty variety. Moving down here, this front tray is a really cool Astrophytum ornatum. The variety is a fun name to say, or I enjoy it anyway. It's called Fukuyuru, and they're really pretty as they get bigger. In the back is some columnar Astrophytum, columnaris maybe. Quite a bit of variety with those. I think the one in the front corner is Astrophytum nudum. That's why that one looks a little different. Here we got an air plant hanging out in between the pots. I believe these are Quadricostatum. They have the 4 lobes, or you see the one has a 3 lobe. In the back is more Onzuka Astrophytum. And then the far back little plastic pot is some Gymnocalycium Byrianum, I believe. I probably butchered that name. Here's a Echinopsis in the middle, in the white pot. And then a Parodia in the front. Parodia formosa. Okay, moving down to the next shelf. These ones in the front here are Copiapoa. I believe it's a Dura. And then we have more Astrophytum quadricostatum. You can see they have the 4 lobes. There's a couple with 5 and a couple with 3. In the back tray is Nudum and more of the columnar variety. I believe these are quadricostatum, and the tray and back is columnar. Here we have some Echinopsis, domino cactus in the front. A little Mellow Cactus is in the smaller ceramic pot there with some insect damage. 2 Pharaoh Cactus, the ones with the reddish spines. Those are the first cactus seeds I've ever planted, and that's kind of what got me going on all this. The very back pot with the little white ones is Epilantha micromaris, and the lighter green one with the spine and plastic pot is a Gymnocalycium violaceum. Alright, moving down to this next shelf, we've got a couple of cat's paw opuntias in the silly pot. And then you can see this plant got a lot of insect damage this winter. This is a Lincoln's Gem, Chinocerius probably. The back pots are Copiapoa. There's some Haworthia in the very back, and then these are partridge aloe or tiger aloe that I grew from seed, and a mellow cactus and a hedgehog pot, and some baby agave. Okay, now we're going to move on to the next shelf. Starting up here at the top, these don't normally stay here. These are just up here to remind me they need a taller stakes. These are Dioscorea mexicana, I believe, the elephant foot. You can see they've got their little codex started down there. This is the first time I've grown these, but they're doing pretty good out here. Okay, moving down. Here we have a couple Copiapoas, a little opuntia. These are some lizard skin Copiapoa, I'm sorry, in the mugs. Here we got some Mellow Cactus, a couple different Mellow Cactus, and a couple Copiapoa in the very back. These need repotting. Here's a Mammillaria Fred. This has been one of my favorites. And then some more lizard skin Copiapoa behind it. And in the very back is some Frelia. This one in the tall pot is Copiapoa hazeltoniana. That one's going good. And this is a really neat euphorbia here in the bonsai pot. This is Dakari, I believe. It's got the darker chocolatey leaves when it's in full sun, and then the little green leaves come out when it's in more shady areas. This here is kind of a mixed tray. It's got some jade, Echinopsis, Mellow Cactus, Here's a few not so happy looking things. Neoporteria, Matucana. Here's some little baby Pharaoh. These are the first seeds I've grown that are seeds from one of my own plants that had a seed pod last year. So I got baby Pharaoh. Here's some Copiapoa, more Onzuka, Astrophytum, a couple Apalantha that got hit by bugs. And that's it for that shelf. Moving down here, we have some of my favorite Gymnocalycium, Spegazzini. You can see they get really cool spines. Put those in the front so I can look at them. Here's some Matucana that don't look so happy. And now we're moving on to the next shelf. Here we've got some Oreoserius Trolli. If I say that right. Sorry if I don't say these names right, but I am just a hobbyist. I'm not a professional here. Just do this for fun. There's a Copiapoa in the front. It's getting nice and spiny from all the sun. And these are Lobivia bani, I believe it's called. You can see they got little insect damage. It's a bad year for insects for me. There we go. This is a mixed tray. It's got some fishhook cactus, some Copiapoa, Gymnocalycium. Here's some Astrophytum asterias nudum, and a fishhook cactus in there too. Here we got some nice looking brain cactus. These are Stenocactus. You can see the wavy ribs there. Kind of neat. Here is a cool Pharaoh Cactus. This one's spiny as a juvenile, and then as it gets older it is almost spineless. I believe it's Pharaoh Cactus Schwarzi. Alright, and then down here we've got some more Copiapoa. We've got Corypantha brunioni, I believe those are, with some insect damage. Some of them are pulling through okay. Then a couple Pharaoh Cactus on the end. Here's a Gymnocalycium bruchii in the baby head pot, and some Pharaoh. These are producing seeds. Those little brown things on the top of the cactus are the seed pods. You can see the original body on these was damaged from bugs, and then they put a whole new body out right on top. Okay, moving on to this one. We got, excuse the peppers. We've got more Oreoserius Trolli, some Azuroserius in the back. Here's more Azuroserius. These are nice and blue. They get to be a really blue looking cactus. Here's a Tephro geometricus in the front. Punoides, I believe. And Copiapoa in the tiki glass back there. Here's some more Epilantha micromeris, I believe it is, that got eaten by bugs, kind of. Luctemburgia baby in the back, seedling. Those are Gymnocalycium baldianum. More Echinopsis. More Formosa Parodia formosa, sorry. You can see those flowered pretty good. These here are Neopoteria. I like the color of those. And down here we have a lot of Gymnocalycium sagellina. If I say that right, I'm not sure. It's nice because the new spines come out like a reddish color. It makes it really look nice. Big serious plant in the back there. Gymnocalycium. And then here we have more Neopoteria. These had a tough time with some bugs, but starting to look better. I like the color of the flesh or the bodies on these. Coming down here, we have a bunch of Astrophytum mix. This is a X-Cap mix. It's Capricornia mixed with Asterias. You get a kind of a variety. You can see there's a different ones that come out, different qualities or characteristics. In the back there, there's a silver torch cactus, some Pharaoh, some Arizona rainbow cactus in the very back, and then down here on the floor we have Echinopsis mammulosa, and the back tray back there is more Gymnocalycium bruchii. Okay, so that's these shelves. Now we're gonna work our way back for a minute and start up here. You can see I've got two nice Pachypodium growing on each side of the door. This one's probably grown a foot this year. Super happy there. Okay, coming down here, we're gonna go onto the floor now. I really enjoy aloes, but mostly like tree aloes. They grow into small trees. So in front of you there is a fan aloe that gets to be a really cool looking little tree. And then this one next to it is also the same dichtoma, something like that. Here's a coral aloe, nice color. These really spiny ones, this one was grown from seed and then this one was purchased. Those are both Aloe marlothi. It's like a mountain aloe. And they get to be stout, spiny little trees that are cool looking. This tall one in the back there is a Thrasky, something like that, is a dune aloe. Gets to be a tree also. These bluish ones are alligator aloe, I think their common name is. The ones with the pink spines down there, the smaller ones, are one of my favorites. Those are Aloe oik. They almost feel plastic and fake. Okay, moving over here is a whole bunch of Agave utahensis, Iborispina, I think, Iborispina. I started all those from seed. They're doing good. They grew a lot this year. And then here we have some Haworthia. You can tell the difference between when they're stressed and in the sun, they're the purplish color, and then when they're in shade or don't get as much sun or stress, they're a darker green. Coming this way, this is one of my favorite agaves. This is called a Creme Brulee. I'll probably get this name wrong, but it is Agave guingola, something like that. Here's a Joe Hoke agave. This is a kind of a nice grayish color almost. Agave monstrosa, Titiano, or something like that, monstrosa. There's Ivory Curls. It gets a wavy leaf margin. Agave stricta, very skinny. In the back, I really enjoy this one. This one, I don't probably say right, but Mediopicta alba has got the white in the middle of the leaf, whereas next to it is the Variegata, and that's got the green in the middle of the leaf. Some of these other variegated ones are Caribbean agave, I think they're called. I think they get to be like little trees. Here are more guingola, but they are not the variegated like the Creme Brulee. This one is called Striata. It's supposed to have streaks lengthwise on the leaves. You can see some of the whiteness on there. Coming down, most of these got moved in because it's been raining so much. I didn't want them to rot. This is one of my favorites. This dark one here is called Shark Skin Shoes Agave. It's got a really dark color and like a shark skin texture almost. These in the back are Dragon Toes. I really like those. Blue Glow, Shin Dagger, I believe. Here's a nice one. That's a black and blue. These are really nice. These have been started from seed. They're just starting to get the colorful spines on them, and they've got nice, a lot of nice colors and leaf imprints on the leaves. It's Agave colorata. Those are looking good. Okay, now moving over here to the last shelf. We'll start up here at the top. Trying to get things to focus and not move too fast. These are butterfly agaves. And then this one's a really cool one. This one's a Pharaoh Cactus. It's like a pine cone cactus. It's got a nice purplish color. Coming down here in the fancy pot, that's a Confederate Rose. There's a bunch of smaller agave. Here we've got a climbing aloe. These are euphorbias down here. They're a nice purplish color. I think it's called Franconesi, something like that. But they get a nice codex when they get bigger. A couple more Haworthias, euphorbias. There's the other smaller Pachypodium. It's got a skinnier leaf than the other one here. Variegated crown of thorns. And over here we got a couple of Stapelias. Euphorbia dead man fingers in the back there. And then this is Medusa head euphorbia, I think it's called. A couple more baby agaves. This is a agave cubic because it's got like ridges and spines on the undersides of the leaves too. So it's got ridges and spines on the normal edges of the leaves and then also on the bottom. So that's a unique one. And I think that pretty much concludes our greenhouse tour. It was a lot to go over. I'm sure I missed quite a bit, but at least we fit a tour in. Okay, everybody, thanks for watching. Have a great night.